Hello. Do you hear a call on Timber's Edge? Okay, we were sent over here from a detective in Canton. It's in regards to the safety of the individual that lives here at 7456. When I get here, the marshals are here, and they're telling me that this lady's car was stopped down in Arizona by the son and the girlfriend. And the girlfriend reported to her caseworker that they killed her and burned down the home. Okay, the home's not burned down, but we had enough to kind of go through in the window and went inside. It's kind of a mess, but we don't know where this lady is. We don't know if the son and this girl took her and on the way down to Arizona, I don't know. So basically what we have is the woman that's living here is unaccounted for.
After detectives searched the house with no success, the puzzling mystery grew deeper. The FBI and U.S. Marshals issued a fugitive warrant for Jonathan Jones, and the missing person report for Caitlin Coons quickly spread across the country. Luck was on the side of the police, and on May 8th, both Jonathan Jones and Caitlin Coons were located by Mexican authorities in Juarez. At the time of their apprehension, they were driving Jonathan's mother's 2021 Buick Encore. Mexican authorities also found Nicole Jones's wallet, credit cards, and ID in the vehicle. On May 9th, Mexican authorities released Caitlin Coons to the FBI at the El Paso, Texas border station. Her boyfriend, Jonathan, was held for an additional 2 days in Mexico due to marijuana being found in the car. FBI special agents, eager to gather more information regarding the alarming text Caitlin had sent to her caseworker, brought her in for the following interrogation.
All right. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. So really quick, just to let you know who we are, why we're here, our credentials. My name is I'm Special Agent here in El Paso with the FBI, and this is my partner Hannah Mesa. And so the reason why we got called in is because we were notified that there was a juvenile that was in Mexico, a U.S. citizen, and that was going to be deported back. So we're here to just talk to you, figure out what happened, how you made it down there, if you were treated okay, because obviously
I already talked to the police about it.
In Mexico? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what Colin's trying to say is like our concern is that because
I know nothing bad happened. I was just down here for a week or so, and then when I went to go use the bathroom, that's when the Mexican police pulled me aside and were like, "You're gonna have to come with us. You don't have a job anymore."
okay.
That's what happened. And besides that, nothing else happened. Like I've been to a couple Mexican restaurants. I slept at a couple hotels over there. Like that's it.
Okay.
There's nothing like deep, like, oh, I went on a killing spree. No, it's not what happened.
Okay.
And I came to Mexico because I was looking for a beginning. And then I was over there with stuff. And that's when the Mexican police were also like, why is it showing all this? And I was like, I don't know. Like they just now started putting things up like that.
Who started posting stuff?
Apparently, they're saying the U.S. Marshals want me. They said that the National Center of America wants to talk to me. I talked to my local police, and they said that they were going to be taking me out for missing because I wasn't even supposed to be put in as missing.
Were you missing at one point?
I was last year.
Okay. What happened with that? I just want to kind of know what happened.
Well, that's just because I ended up in the system.
In the foster care system? How did you end up in foster care?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay. So part of what our thing here is because you're an American citizen, and we get so many reports of American citizens going down to Mexico and all these horrible things happening.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that nothing happened.
Nothing did happen to me. Nothing at all. The only thing is that the Mexican police, they were tightening the handcuffs on me very tight. Every time I was screaming, it was hurting me. And the one lady, she jumped on me and stuff and was like, shut up. And she kept tightening it. She even like I was sitting in the chair right here and they had like the handcuffs on like the both chairs. And she moved my one that was right here to the other chair, so I was like having to be like this.
Where in Mexico did that happen to you?
It was in not the center that I was picked up in, but one of their centers.
Was there like a jail?
No, it was like a shelter.
A shelter, and they had you handcuffed at a shelter? Did they say why they were handcuffing you?
They said the reason why is because I needed to stay calm, and I told the person on the phone, the USA candidate or whatever the hell the person was, I was like, they became aggressive with me for no reason out of nowhere. Like they literally just started yelling at me, and I couldn't understand them. And I was like, so I started yelling back at them, and then they started hitting me, pushing me, so I started doing it back, and then that's when they threw me on the ground and put me in handcuffs.
And so these are the kind of things that we want to know about, right?
Right.
Is because you're a U.S. citizen, and if you were injured over there, you need to hear these things,
Right.
okay? So that's all we're here for, you know? That's just what we want to talk to you about. So, okay? So thank you for sharing that with us. And it helps. We do have a few more questions, okay? So, about that, okay? However, before we get started, I want to make something very clear, okay? That everybody who comes back here in the U.S. and everybody who talks, you have rights, okay? So you are not.
I know my rights right now.
Okay.
If anything, if what my mom has said is true, that U.S. Marshals want me, then that means I need to go back to Ohio to go to court.
Okay.
So I know my rights.
So, but I'm gonna read them, right? Just so that, because you know how you see on TV, everybody gets them, you know? So I just want you to know that you have them, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Karen, can you hear the date?
January 21st, 2006.
26, 2006. Okay. And how to spell your first name?
K N I T L Y.
Do you have a middle name?
L O U I S E.
Oh, you want to say. Do you have any other middle names? Or just and how do you spell your last name?
C O O O N E S.
Okay. Do you work anywhere? No. Do you have a good phone number?
The phones that I came with, yeah, it's 4.
And you said the phones that you came with, or just the one phone?
The phone's like, one of them is my old phone.
One of them's your old
I
phone.
was trying to sell it in Mexico.
Oh, okay. So this phone number, what kind of phone does that come back to?
What do you mean?
Like an iPhone, Android?
Android.
Android, and then your old phone, what kind of phone is that?
Android.
Android, okay. Do you know the old phone number?
No.
Okay.
That one is just network only.
Network only, okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm not trying to insult at all. We get some people in here that can't read and write in the English language. Can you read and write in the English language? Okay. So just so that you can see what I'm reading to you, so you don't think I'm putting like words. So this is what's called our FD 395, it's our advice of rights. And before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask it any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer.
Isn't this only happen though if you're under arrest?
No. Everybody deserves to know what rights are, okay?
Right, but aren't these the rights that are told to you whenever you're arrested?
Sometimes, yeah. So, but our procedure is we let everybody know what their rights are, okay? So, if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. And so, right here is the consent statement, which says that you have read the statement of my rights and I understand what my rights are. At this time, I'm willing to answer any questions without a lawyer present. So this is, once again, this is just me telling you that you have rights, okay?
So where's the lawyer at?
So, well, right now, there's not one, but you're also not charged with a crime, okay? So I just need for you to sign right there for me. And if you wouldn't mind dating it, today is the 9th. Five. Okay. Thank you. Do you have marks on your wrist?
From the handcuffs?
Yeah. Do you think if there's marks, can we take pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. On the bruise too. When were you handcuffed, today or last night?
Last night.
Last night.
And there's one right there. There's that.
What kind of cuffs were they using? Were they using like zip ties or like the metal cuffs?
The middle cuffs.
Okay.
And they had it on the tightest setting. And the one girl, like I said, she literally pushed me through me, and then she was like putting the handcuffs on me, taking the handcuffs off, tightening them back up to put them together. It was terrible.
Okay. All right. How many people were in there?
It's funny because there was multiple people, and they were laughing when I was screaming for help and yelling for help. They were all laughing, and I was like, why is this even a thing? Like, where's the American people at?
What about those? Was that part of it?
No, neither. I used to be back when I was 12, so.
Okay. All right, so I won't add those ones in there. Is this, do you mind if I touch you? What is this?
I don't know what it is. It's just been there ever since, like,
Since
that.
you came?
Not ever since I came, ever since the handcuffs. Like I said, you could see right
No,
there.
yeah, no, I actually hold your hand just like that. Okay, and then show me your wrist this way. And then let me get one. Okay, and then let me see your other wrist, please. Kind of the same thing. I'm going to take it from 4 angles. And then this way. Okay.
And then you also see right here, that's where they bruised it too.
I'm trying to get my phone to focus. Okay. You said they were like pushing you and kicking you too. Do you have any marks from that? Like any hand marks on your chest or your?
I don't think so. It's just, I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
This way. So and then the sunburn on your leg. Did that have anything to do with you were with them in Mexico? No. Okay. Just from the sun. Okay. So I do have to ask you. There's some marks here. Is that any here? There's no marks.
Like right here.
Yeah.
It's probably just one.
I just want to make sure you weren't like strangled or anything like that.
No, the only other thing she did besides throwing me and kicking me, she like was like petting my hair and pushing back my hair, which I thought was weird.
Okay.
Because that's not professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you brushing me like that?
Okay. Was she saying anything to you?
No, the only thing I ever heard her that I understand was she was like, I don't speak no English, and she started laughing.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Sounds like you had a pretty irritating time.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. I mean, the food was good. It really was. It was actually authentic.
What did you eat?
I had tacos. I tried their banana ice, like their peanut and thing.
On your phones, do you have passcode?
One of them is just the Wi-Fi only, and then the other one should be 2005.
Which is which one?
That one's the Wi-Fi only.
Okay.
That one right there is the 2005. I put it a year after my birthday.
Can you, do you have a piece of paper you can write down?
Yeah.
Grab one from there. So it's 20,
5.
okay, 2005.
See.
Okay. And this one you said it's only Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and it's reset it because that's the one I was gonna sell in Mexico, so it isn't.
So is this one dead or did you just shut it off?
No, it's not dead. It's like reset it because I was gonna Venta it in Mexico.
So you did like the factory
I
reset?
can't believe this isn't out.
I know. No.
Alright, you guys need anything, let me know.
Thank you. So what's the banana thing? I'm not aware of that.
Like it's a frozen banana
What
with
is it?
chocolate and peanuts. Yes.
That sounds
Why do they need passwords to my phones?
Right, so I can answer that. So when you come back into the United States from a foreign country, which is obviously what you did, all electronic devices are subjected to a border search authority. So even like if I went to Germany, right, and I come back to the United States, they can tell me, open up your phone, I want to see it. So it's illegal, right?
I'm sorry, I'm like trying to remember because I really just got
Okay. Did they have it?
what? No, they took all my stuff. So I was out. So they let me have it. They were trying to figure out what was going to happen. When I went to the shelter last night, they took them for me because their rules there said I couldn't have them because of me being mine.
Got it. Yeah. And you know what? That's kind of how it is here in the United States as well.
Well, no, I know in the United States, that's where I got my phone here.
Right.
So I know I can.
Yeah.
And I know that also, you know, I'm in the system. I was supposed to get emancipated so that I can have my own house and everything. And before that, like the case of court and everything. So I was also watching my account and everything. Like I have papers.
So you had to go through the state.
Well, when you're in the system, they decide which you can have, who you can contact, who you get to
Okay.
But since I was less than 18,
So actually, can you talk to me about that? What were the circumstances of the Mexicans? Like how did you guys get or what happened?
the person I was with, we were gonna go use the bathroom, we showed up out of nowhere. They took the person I was with, let him get to the car, and they took me in the back seat, and they asked me what my age was, what we were doing. I said I was 17, we were going to use the bathroom for self-jewelry. And he was like, well, the two ages are really bad, da, da, da. And I was like, actually, I know it's actually legal in Mexico. As long the only time someone can be with someone above the age of 18 is if they're doing something really, then the person has to be 18 for somebody dating somebody above 18. So I know that, and I told him that, and I was like, I know that, and we haven't been doing anything. I just came here with him, and he happens to be my boyfriend. And you know, when I'm back in Ohio, they were so what the police or whatever said, they were like, well, we're gonna search the car, do a search on it, see what's in there. They were like, if you have a permit for it, we're gonna have to keep it, and you're gonna have to go back to Texas, and you can either go in the car to Texas if you do have the permit, but if you don't have the permit, we're gonna escort you guys there ourselves. So they ended up finding marijuana in the car, even though the Border Patrol checked that. They already checked it. The Border Patrol let us know. They said we were fine, that we had the legal amount in the car for marijuana. And then that day, yesterday, the police were like, yeah, marijuana's illegal.
Okay. The Border Patrol here in Texas or somewhere else in El Paso.
I think it was the Border Patrol of, it's not Texas. I don't know where it was. It's not Texas. I think it was there. Or something else, yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of information. So why did you get stopped by Border Patrol in Arizona?
In Arizona. Because they have like patrol cars like throughout everywhere. That's why. And like whenever they stopped us, we asked them like, if we get into Mexico or whatever, because like we weren't even entering Mexico until that point. So they were like, oh, we don't need anything for you because you're a minor. You just need to tell them your name, your age, and so let them know that you're a minor. And I was like, okay. And then so they let us off or whatever, and then we ended up going to the border.
The border of Mexico. Is that through Arizona or through here in El Paso?
I think it was in Texas, if I remember correctly. It like leads. I don't know anything. I'm trying to remember, but I don't.
So you can take your time. Take your time. We're just trying to understand, right? So when was it a checkpoint? They just stopped you on the side of the road.
I think it was a checkpoint,
Okay.
if I remember. Isn't it like checkpoints like where they can like stop and turn?
Yeah. So there's a lot of checkpoints in Mexico and here in Texas, right? Because if you can see, even from the post on side, there's a lot of people that are trying to bring this border lately. So that's one of the things we're trying to make sure that people aren't being smuggled in or smuggled out, illegally, guns, drugs, stuff like that. So that's right. That's why they make those kind of steps.
It should be.
Can we have you on?
It should be. From it might be my birthday. I don't know.
She's your sources.
Yeah, I know it has something to do with my birthday. I don't know if it was my birthday or if it was after my birthday. 'Cause I didn't want people to be able to figure it out easily.
It's okay.
Also, my ex might be blowing me up because he keeps telling me about the U.S. Marshal. So you might see that. His name is Michael Smith. He's trying to say that I'm wanted, I'm about to be going to jail, so, and all.
What was the password?
What? 2026.
6.
Yes.
Why would he say that?
But
Everything that, yeah, but like the U.S. Marshals or something.
yeah, because I used to be with him when I was younger, and because of the cops fighting out and everything, he's trying to get at me as best as he can right now. So he's trying to like help the police and stuff. I'm like, there's nothing to help out with. It's not doing anything wrong. So he's just right now spamming my number. It was very in jail. I got somebody pregnant. I'm gonna make sure they're the best daughter in the world. Because I know how they didn't have the best parents or whatever. It's just
Is he trying to upset you?
yeah, basically. It can't upset me. Nothing upsets me.
So you guys were both.
Absolutely. I don't.
So is he like an adult though now?
know.
Did he ever get this phone calls you guys dated?
He just tries to help the police to look good on their family and stuff, but that's not.
You said you had a brain injury?
Yeah, I have TBI, traumatic brain injury, on February 22nd after being found in a car accident, coming off of fentanyl and fentanyl. I don't know, but just coming off of that, I had a jail bid to my manager. I was found unconscious and unresponsive. They had to, give help and breathing. Then I started multiple brain bleeds, so then I got transferred into the brain ICU. And then I got stitches in my head, and then I had to get stitches in my eye because the glass hit my eye. And then, and then like my eating or whatever, and my blood sugar was really bad after eating or something like that. And they told me it's because of nutrition is what helps my head, but it's been months since the car accident.
Were you in a coma? No. Were you awake when the two went down? So you like intubated? They had you intubated?
Yes.
How long were you intubated for? That's pretty serious.
They just said it happened right after they found me.
And how long were you intubated?
It's almost 2 months. And then also another thing is I had
What type of blood transfusion?
because apparently there was like white cells in my blood. I don't know what it was. They didn't tell me anything, so I ended up one day going out of the hospital and reading my file
So you had an eating disorder earlier?
Yeah.
Like you said anorexia.
Yeah.
And that's
I've always had eating disorders since I was younger, but I've been getting hospitalized really bad over it recently because I was like, I think 117, and I ended up going up to like 200 after being under control, and then I went down to 156, and then once I hit 126, the hospital took me in, and then I dropped down to I think 137 because I didn't eat or drink in 5 days, and then I got hospitalized for that, and they got me to 152. But recently, after the hospital I was at, a brain injury, I went from like I think I was at 152 where they got me, and then I dropped down to 147 in the brain ICU, and then they put me in the trauma floor, and I dropped down to 123, and then whenever I got discharged, I was 128.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And you said time the accident, are you on any touch?
I was on fentanyl of the car accident because the person I was with, I didn't know, and I think the person I lived with, who I was talking to, let me talk to the guy for the car accident, the Cleveland FBI. I was talking to them, and they were like, well, the person that you got me from probably released it or whatever, like, that's not safe to, go around and be on the streets, and you need to go to the dispensary for that. And I was like, okay, and that's what they told me, so that's the list.
Jeez. Okay. I have to step out really, really quick. But Hannah's going to stay just to chat with you real quick. I just have to leave. Okay, but so you said this guy's your boyfriend that you were with?
Who?
The person who
Yeah.
Okay.
He got locked up because of the marijuana being illegal.
How much marijuana was it?
It was not a lot, it was literally gummies.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Jonathan.
What's Jonathan's name? Jonathan Jones. Okay. And you said they said something about the age?
They said that it was bad, but after I talked to the translator after getting to the police station, he said that the whole reason why we got stopped was because of the visas, and then they were like, well, they are going to let you go, but they're going to check the car before they do, and then see if you guys have a permit for it, they're going to deep search to see if there's anything illegal, but you guys should be on your way to Texas, or wherever you're going to have to get, the visas to come over onto this side of Mexico, because apparently with the border that, yes, they let you in, but then once you get to a certain stop, you have to have a travel license to keep going, and we didn't know that, like nobody told us, and it didn't say on Google either. So that's what we told them, and then they were like, okay, so they searched the car, and they found the weapons, and then they were like, okay, yeah, he's gonna be in jail for 2 days. And I was like, okay. And they're like, you're gonna go to the shelter. And I was like, how's it? Literally splitting up 2 people. I'm gonna be one in Mexico if you guys let me out. And then I'm like, and they're like, well, we're not gonna get you out because it's minor. And then in Mexico, you can't be by yourself in Mexico. So that's what they said. And I was like, that's stupid as hell because in Ohio, you be 13 and you can be on your own. So that's stupid. And so that's what I told them. And they didn't understand. How we could do it. We started dating. So,
How'd you guys meet?
because I was at a residential program.
So you were.
I was at a family's program, and I basically ran work out because they were very abusive there, and I ended up running into it. So that happened. I gave him my phone number, and that was it. And then I turned myself into the police. And
That's your girl.
then, yeah. And then ever since that, we've been talking to each other. And
You said you ran into him. Where'd you run into him at? Like at the
store?
Yeah,
The store, what kind of store?
I think it was like a Home Depot.
Okay.
It was like some like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. And you said his name is Jonathan. Do you call him Jonathan or do you call him something else?
I called him Jonathan.
Where Jonathan's first.
Sylvie.
Where are you from?
Sorry. I'm from Ohio. Now, this is where it gets complicated because I'm from Africa. My caseworker is in Canada, but I live in Africa.
So how far apart is Canada and how far apart?
35 minutes.
35 minutes. Are they like the same county or different county?
Different counties.
Okay. But your caseworker for like being in foster care?
Yeah, but I don't know if she's my caseworker because I saw that after court and stuff like that. Like right after getting into the hospital.
When did you get out? So you went in February?
I got out, like, I went in February, got out, I don't know. It was after February. I think March I got out. Yeah, like the end of March.
Did you meet Jonathan before or after your car accident?
Before.
Before. Okay. Yeah. Was he like school as well?
Yes.
That's nice. What do you think about him?
He's caring and understanding, and I feel like, nobody is like him at all. Like, I never mess with it.
What does he do? Should he cares?
Like, that he cares, he's always going to be chill. And we also had a cat or whatever, so he the cat was like and stuff, and he goes Nikki. Yes.
Okay. Why does he like make sure she was okay?
Why did he like make sure she was okay? Because she also had an eating disorder.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And is she's doing okay?
Mhm.
Nikki. Okay. Wow. Jeez. Okay. And this part of that, like, we just talked about her boyfriend Jonathan. She met him before the car accident. And then little Karen, who was nice to take care of their cat. They have a cat. And his mom Nikki, she has an eating disorder, but she seems to be doing okay right now. What kind of cat?
What kind of cat?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Like,
Was
still around?
not station.
Who's in your
Yeah, we were basically living
What's with the cat? With you out in Mexico? Or you found it in Mexico?
I think we always went to Mexico.
Okay. I knew that I had like a long time. I was like, oh my gosh. Was it a kid there? I had more
He
like
was very
So you mean like fluffy?
no, like he whenever like he would what you call it. I put on like this outfit and he wore it for a minute. It was like being all cute and stuff, putting his head out and like he was bugging and then like a few minutes later afterwards he was right off. I was like
Right. Sombrero. I wish I could dress like him, but basically it's the same. So I would get taxed and lay up his entire face would be just fall off, which is pretty nasty. Yeah, no, just honestly, I just have like a couple more questions for you. I know that you said that that you were traveling with someone. Who were you traveling with?
the person in person because they found out on it or even the border patrol was like goes there or whatever.
This is Jonathan, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Jones. And yeah, I was with him and they took him And then they said since I'm in Mexico, apparently you can't be a woman in Mexico if you're a child. And I was like, well, I was 18, and I'm literally in Ohio. Instead, I was 13. That's when I was allowed to go off. So
Yeah, well, and then I believe, and also if I'm getting a visa, to enter, is also one of the issues. Yeah, so, okay, so, John, because you keep saying that person, so I.
sorry, I'm
No, you apologize. And if I look at you, right? And he and you mentioned before that you're really great. How did you meet?
I met him before the accident, and I met him at a store, and after I got which was an abusive English tutor program, and whenever I was at the store, I gave him my number, and I left him, and a few days after that, she was like turning myself in, and I stayed in contact with him ever since, and she's a very caring person, so I ended up dating him because I'm about to be 18, but we haven't done anything sexual because I already know the rules.
Just sounds like he was a friend. Right? Boyfriend, he treated you very well. That's what I mean. Like, he treated you very well.
Yeah, make sure I ate, make sure the cat was eating. Whenever we did get the cat, he was just on his mom. It's just good.
I mean, I think that's good, right? Because obviously, I think stuff I would put in, it sounds like already, like, right? Doesn't matter. I think that's fantastic. So he's still stuck in Mexico.
Yeah, he gets out. Basically, how he has to stay in jail for 2 days. And then
How much was it?
What?
How much was it?
It was literally just, I don't know how much that was.
Okay, so it's being called just for weeks. Okay. Do you remember? I mean, I haven't lived in Mexico but do you remember there was a basketball player that got was in Russia for months for having a baby that had THC in it? So I'm not surprised. Foreign countries have their own stuff. Yeah, there's another one. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? It's not here. It is. Okay, so, when did you, because I just didn't know this for, when did you
I
start?
met him at a store after running away from this program. Like, I pulled him through this program because of how abusive they were. Now I'm walking through the streets and I'm walking through stores and stuff, and I'm in my school, and I gave him my number.
You stopped before
Yeah, before I started reading. What?
you know how much?
I just noticed before that because I ended up getting in a car accident and wishing me car just like not being able to like process the talk, so I didn't call him or anything. And then whenever I got out of the hospital, I called him and he was down with the car accident.
And so you've been boyfriend and girlfriend ever since you met him?
See, yes. Sorry.
No, I did the same thing. I've been living here for almost a year, so, but my Spanish is still pretty good. So, but I answer C all the time.
I think I'm gonna start seeing Steve now because that's all I could say is literally Sienna.
Yeah.
And gracias.
Yeah, you're not too far off from where my Spanish is. Like I said, I've been here for a while. So, okay. And so, where were you guys when the Mexican authorities like picked you up? Okay. Via Okay. Did you not by any chance have Keith Smith when you were there?
He didn't.
Okay. I've always heard that they have like the best quesadilla in it's because of some cheese that they use. So, do you by any chance know kind of like the dangerous area they were in?
No, I mean I did see like the Guadalajara and the police like drive by and stuff. they were driving around so frequently, they didn't think anything was gonna happen, and I know how to defend myself because like I grew up in the Ohio, so like, I know how to fight for myself. And you know, I've been in fights with girls, and it's just why I don't become with people. And it's just I don't want to.
Right. So I get it, and I have no doubt that you get yourself. But I'm assuming, do you recall driving through Juarez? Is it not called Juarez?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you stay in?
I don't think so. I just remember driving through it because I have a video of it on my phone, and I believe I would be sure to
Okay. I'm just asking because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Ciudad Juarez is the name of the town. It's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Very deadly. And then Guatemala is also a pretty dangerous area. It's what we call cartel country. So a little bit different, right? Than just getting in fights at school. I mean, these are people that were dead, you know. And so that's another reason that we want to talk to you is because we want to make sure that okay. I mean, obviously, I see that you're okay, but from two people from Michigan, are you from Michigan?
No.
Ohio, excuse me. Two people from Ohio, like coming through, bless you, you know, and then I'll call it what it is, right? But you're white. The individual that you're traveling with, is he white?
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Yeah, I know. It's Ringo's and
Ringo's, right? And it's like, it is a target for you guys, especially down there. They see money, right? How much can we get paid off? So were you guys driving a vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were driving his mom's because the mom gave us permission to drive it and stuff. And
That's Nikki, right?
Yes.
Okay, Nikki. Okay.
Mhm.
Keep reason.
Oh, so we were we used her car because she gave Jonathan permission. And you know, that was it. We used most of the money he saved up or whatever to, you know, get there to Mexico. And we had a good experience. Like, we ate Mexican food, we stayed here and there, you know, it was a good experience. But like I said, I thought we were good for the most part because I seen like a lot of military and policia.
Yeah. What kind of car was it?
It was like a white like SUV.
Is it new or old?
I think old.
Old. So was it junky or in good shape?
Like it was, you know, junky good shit.
Okay. I just asked because normally if it's like a car that's like in decent shape, that's also a target too. Did you guys change license plates or anything? Or so is the tag still Ohio? Okay. Honestly, I think that you guys are pretty lucky. You know, did you guys ever get stopped by the Mexicans other than when they picked you up? Did they stop you?
We sold jewelry, we sold a phone, and that was it. That went okay. We did get stopped by the police like once before we got arrested, and they wanted to check out the phone, so we handed it to them and stuff and let them check it out. And then they were like, no, because it has no Wi-Fi. I mean, it's Wi-Fi only, so they didn't want it. It was the one that I had right now. So they handed it back to us, and then, yeah.
What kind of phone did you sell?
I don't know, I don't remember. It was just like a very bad, cheap, like market phone that, like, because I had like phones from when I was younger, so I just sold that one.
Was it an Android or an iPhone?
It was an Android.
An Android? How much money did you get for it?
How much were we selling for it? I think like 800 peso. I don't know how you say it.
I'm not exactly sure what the conversion is right now, but not a lot,
Yeah.
right? And what about the jewelry?
Nothing. I don't think anything sold of the jewelry. That's when we got stopped because we slept in the car. We woke up the next morning. We were about to go use the bathroom. That's when the police showed up.
Got it. So did you sell the phone to either the policia or the fiscalia, or was it just people on the streets?
We sold the phone to people on the streets.
Okay.
And then we used that money to get a room for the night to sleep in, and then we woke up and, well, no, I am really bad at this. We got it to get food, and then we slept in the car. We woke up the next morning, and that's when the police showed up, and they were like, you know, how old are you? Where's your, you know, how old is he? What are you guys doing? And I was like, we were literally about to go use the bathroom.
So you wouldn't say that you had to sell the things to bribe anyone, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because that's big in Mexico, right? So, and that's why I'm shocked, is because oftentimes, you know, a lot of U.S. citizens will go even here across the border to Juarez, and they'll get stopped for something as minor as maybe public intoxication, and it's like, do you want to go to a Mexican prison, or what do you have in your wallet? You know, so I just want to know if you guys needed to pay them off. How many nights did you guys sleep in the car?
We stayed in the car for most of the first day.
In Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
How long was that? Yeah.
We'd been in Mexico for about a week.
A week? Do you remember what day you got there?
It's really bad with my brain injury to remember things, because I already have ADHD, so it's just another thing that I don't.
It's okay. It's okay. And if you can't remember, just tell me that. I don't remember. Okay.
What kind of jewelry were you trying to sell?
Like old ancient jewelry that I had. Not like ancient, sorry. It was like old jewelry, like charm bracelet, rings, like, you know, the rings that girls are, you know.
And you said it was like jewelry that you had?
Mhm.
No.
And was it like real? Like real diamonds?
No, it isn't, because when I was younger, I already like sold a little bit to get like actual money from that.
Okay. Perfect.
We were doing like 200 pesos each for each item, because like I wasn't trying to scam anybody off of it, but I was also, you know, trying to make money off of it at the same time, and we made sure that the jewelry was clean.
Okay. Do you work? Do you have a job?
No.
No. Okay. What about Jonathan?
No, he does not either.
Okay. And
He gets what's it called? He was in the military, so he gets what's it called?
disability?
Yes.
Okay.
In the military?
What branch was he in?
I do not know.
You don't know? I'm former military, so let me just ask. Army, Marine Corps,
I think he was in Army.
Army. Okay. Do you know how long he was in for?
He said that he served his whole time. He even has like the papers from his discharge.
Okay. Probably at least 4 years. I think that's about what the minimum is. Well, that's cool. Do you know what he did?
I know. I just know he told me there's a lot of trauma that comes with it and stuff, like waking up in the middle of your sleep. You know, not being able to ever see people again after that. And, you know, he told me that like the insurance is really bad that comes with it.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You know, so PTSD is a real thing.
Right.
You know.
I know it is. Because
Yeah.
I had abusive parents. That's how I ended up in the system. So I get that.
Got it. Okay.
So if he doesn't work, is he living on his own? Does he have roommates?
He was living with his mom to help around.
Living with his mom to help around?
Yeah, his mom is like a cool type of mom. Like she likes to play card games, go on walks, you know. You know, when we were trying to, you know, take her to Mexico, she didn't want to come because she was talking about her Superman boyfriend. And I was like, she said that she was apparently dating Superman. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to stop you there. I think she's honestly getting to that age.
So she was gonna go to Mexico with you guys?
What?
She was gonna go with you guys?
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
She said that she was talking to her, you know, Superman boyfriend.